En op Waterberg Stereo tyd aangestap tot so 13 minute oor 9. And I'm very privileged this morning. I've got two gentlemen in the studio this morning. This is the administrator of the Thabazimbi local municipality, Mr. Paul Maseko. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, sir.
And then another person that I've got here, that's the acting technical director, Mr. Manamela. Good morning, gentlemen. Very nice to have you here. And I think you're sitting currently with a challenging job, when you took over the total administration of this municipality. Paul, I want to start with you. I think in terms of the section 139(1)(c), the intervention that took place, can you just brief us about that? What is the current situation?
Thank you. The current situation is that on the 4th of October, the Premier and the MEC for local government in Limpopo, assisted by NCOP and the Minister, they dissolved the municipality of Thabazimbi. That is done when a municipality is really failing to deliver its mandate. And then they go to Parliament and request the right to dissolve the municipality. That's why on the 4th of October, that leadership that I've just mentioned dissolved the municipality. And following that, a municipality must not have a vacuum. They then appointed myself as an administrator for the period of 6 months. I arrived here on the 7th, accompanied by the MEC for local government from Coxter, who invited stakeholders, community leaders, churches and business and introduced me. I must say, me and my team were well welcomed.
Fantastic. So congratulations, Paul. I think today you've been a month here.
Yes, 30 days.
Well, I see you're still not grey, so I suppose everything is going fine at this point in time.
Thank you.
And tell me the exact, you've got a whole team of people that are here?
Yes, I've got experts. I've got financial experts. I've got service delivery experts. I've got HR experts in all spectrum that covers the service delivery aspects of running a municipality.
Yeah. So I suppose these people are going in all the areas, and they identifying problems and coming up with kind of solutions, how to solve the problems and so forth.
Yes. When we arrived, we divided ourselves into 3 spheres. One was governance, HR, and capacity building, where we're looking at a skills audit, we're looking at the staff morale, we're looking at even closing all the vacancies of the municipality, and labor relations issues, and setting up teams that deals with Section 79 and Section 8. I'll explain that. The finance division will have an MMC, which is called mayoral member, who will be responsible for finance, overseeing that. And then on service delivery, also have an MMC, a mayoral committee member, who will oversee that. What we are doing, we are now setting those structures which were dysfunctional, so that when our councillors come on after the 4th of December, they must find that those structures are already in, so they just plug in, because for a municipal committee to function, it must have the component of the councillor or councillors and the staff. Now that the councillors are not here, we are setting those structures out. When they come in, they must find the ball rolling, they just plug in, they run.
Paul, if I may ask, you just mentioned about the staff morale.
Yes.
What did you find?
Yeah, I found a divided staff, and the morale was very down. So to attack that, last week Friday we had a team building session. I'm telling you, it was not good. People were crying, and the hatred was so deep. People were divided. But after that meeting, when we were closing the session, they said they feel the light off their shoulders and they're prepared to work with their colleagues again.
Yeah. You also mentioned skills audits. Now, I think there's maybe, let's call it a perception in the inhabitants of between the inhabitants in Thabazimbi. And, that is some kind of thing, I say the most dangerous thing is actually Facebook pages, where people are complaining and saying, people have been appointed in positions that they are not capable for. How did you find that? Are there any merits in that kind of perceptions that I've got?
That's why we're embarking on skills audit. We don't want it to guess. So the expert on HR started with that process, where we're checking people's CVs, people's qualifications, and although we're seeing some weaknesses and we're seeing some strengths, so this investigation or this exercise of skill audit will tell us exactly where are the gaps, and we'll plug to work on that. We are going to attack the vacancies immediately. We don't have an MM, we don't have a CFO, so our expert is going to advertise as soon as possible. Before the end of the month, we will be having all the vacancies advertised.
And Paul, tell me, do you have, according to your duties that you've got, is there a certain time that you people have to finish with that?
Yes, we've got short-term, medium-term, and long-term. Some of the short terms that we are really looking into is to stabilize the municipality itself. When we came here, people were just milling around, and then some were not refused to get into the municipality by another faction. So what we did, and there was noise. I think you're not far from our offices. You can see calmness now and order. That's what we did when we came here. And then we did something that is also a talk of town now. I want to address it with your permission. We found a lot of people who were temporal workers, who were employed without following the processes. We called them into one room. We explained to them that their appointment was illegal. And then that is in our priority. As soon as each department has given us their shortages, we're going to advertise. And those people that we terminated at the end of October, we say we're going to give them opportunity when these positions are applied, because some of them we were told are 10 years in acting in temporal position. It's illegal. It's not allowed. But to be a fair employer, we're going to give those people to be the first ones we consider when we accept CVs and applications.
Yeah. Paul, I think one of the things that I've actually addressed in an interview before was the concern about financial controls. And that is, the kind of thing that more than one person must authorize a specific expenditure and so forth and so forth. So I suppose that is part of the acting CFO, to have a look at all kind of financial internal control systems in the municipality, to see that nothing slips through, that no unauthorized payments happens.
Yes, thanks for that question. What we have done when we came, we centralized all the financial management into my office, assisted by the acting CFO. I must confess that our finances are not looking good at all. We might not get a very good audit, but we are working very close with the Auditor General. They are advising us. As well, we might get a bad audit, but we are putting systems in place that in the following years, we hope our councillors that are going to come will do their oversight role and make it a point that oversight role by councillors was somehow neglected. That is proven by what we find in our books.
Yeah, I think it will be a wonderful day when we come to a stage that the Thabazimbi municipality will have a clean, unqualified audit.
That's why when we're going to interview for CFO and the municipal manager, we're going to be assisted by our provincial office. We are going to be very strict. We are going to look for capable people that will take this beautiful city forward.
That sounds fantastic. That sounds wonderful. And I suppose that's also, I don't say something funny happens about that, but I think that's also You know, if we want to have a look at the tender procedures and tender applications and so forth, I suppose will also be included in that function of the CFO or acting CFO.
Yeah, that is my passion also, because doing this job all over the country, that is the first thing that I zoom into. And I also look at the Auditor General's report on supply chain management. What did the Auditor General found? And then I try to correct those issues. For the first few sittings I'm sitting and listening.
Yeah. Paul, another thing, I think one of the major issues currently in Thabazimbi, and so I know there's some people that's been suffering for 2 months without water. What is the status of the water supply and sanitation?
Thanks for that question. That keeps me sleepless. I've got sleepless nights for waters, but that's why I brought in my expert in that field. He'll take over from there.
Okay, and that is the Acting Technical Director, Mr. Kwena Manamela. Kwena, this is a curveball question to you. What is happening? What is the status of the water supply and sanitation in Thabazimbi?
Good morning once more. I must say the status of water supply is not very good, but we put in our effort. We found a very serious challenge with the bulk line from the pump station to the YPs. That's our biggest problem. We lose a lot of water there. And then we are doing currently, we've got a service provider that's assisting in maintaining. That pipeline is very old. I'm told it's over 30 years old. So there's no way we can fix that pipeline. Every day, I think 2 days ago, people didn't have water. We had closed water from the Mahalis coming into town because they were working on that line. They needed to get water out and then solder on most of the holes that were leaking water there. But to deal with that, there's a WISIC project that's coming. It had stalled due to the challenges that the municipality is facing, but we are resuscitating that project. It should start anytime, because we needed to go and look at where the work that has been certified and make sure that when we submit to the WISIC program is funded by the Department of Water and Sanitation. So we don't have money, so we applied to the department. What happened, we have since submitted all the claims. So as soon as the department pays, then the contractor should be able to come back to site and work on the line. Unfortunately, it's going to be a long way before that project is completed, because contractually that project is going to end in July next year. But in the meantime, we're also using tankers with the assistance of the mines, and we've got our water truck also. But as I'm saying, the truck is old, so every now and then it breaks, but we make sure that it's fixed in the shortest possible time once it breaks. Thanks.
Yeah. Kwena, you know, I saw photos the other day of the pipeline, which is, you can't believe that's water coming through that pipe. It's totally rusted, and then it's actually like putting a plaster on that pipe. Now, my question is, this is an ongoing problem for many years. Will there be somewhere money available to replace all those pipes that are rusted and are causing many of these leakages on the line? Will there be money made available from province or maybe from the government? What do you think about that?
Exactly the project I'm talking about. There's already money. It's just that the instability in the municipality affected the project. By now would probably be somewhere far, but we're sitting at about 20% progress, and we still have 80%. Until that is sorted, we'll continue having problems. But what is also happening is that, as I'm saying, we're talking to the mines to assist us with the water tankering and also using our tanker. And we're hoping maybe we'll get some more tankers, because every 2 days we have to close water, and it affects everything. Now you talk about sewer. Imagine you're sitting in the house, there's no water, and you have to use sanitation facilities. It's not all right. Thank you.
I also saw in the newspaper this morning, and I don't know if there's always been rumors about that, and that some of the inhabitants of Thabazimbi is talking about a water mafia. Now, my question is, this is an ongoing problem for many years. Will there be somewhere money available to replace all those pipes that are rusted and are causing that they say people are they're causing damage to the pipes and they're selling water. And I don't know, you've been here for a very short time. Has there been any investigation on that, or is it purely speculation? Could you find anything?
Yeah, I will take that one.
That is Mr. Paul Maseko. Paul, this is a curveball for you.
Yes, I like curveballs. Amongst my team, I've got an investigator. You won't see him. He doesn't belong to any department. He's a sniffer. When we got here, we found that those rumors. We are still investigating. So far, we've not seen anything tangible, but we are not ruling it out. We also requested some assistance from the province. They've given us people who are on the ground to find out the truth of these allegations of water mafia.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Paul, the other thing, if I'm having a look at the condition of this is a dirty town, especially when you go to the dumping site. I mean, I drove that road the other day, and it was absolutely shocking to see. I mean, we get a lot of overseas tourists coming to the hunters and so forth, and I couldn't believe what I saw. Do you know if there are already any action plans having a look at the dumping site?
Yes. Yesterday I just can't tell, but it is the one that the road goes that way. I don't know if it's west or north.
It's going west to the Dwaalboom area.
Yes, so we were there yesterday with the executive mayor of the district. And then we were with a mine that is contributing a lot of money to resuscitate or to fix that. And I think in about 3 months' time, you'll see activity there. So we were taking it very serious. But I'm happy that there's work already that is resuming in a few weeks' time.
Fantastic. And I think I must say this on air, is that if it weren't for the mines in the Thabazimbi area, I think the town wouldn't have existed. So I really salute all the mines that they're helping so much, and really they're doing a fantastic job. Fantastic.
Yeah, if you allow me without praising them individually, can I do that? You
are most welcome.
Yeah, yesterday when our truck was broken, I reached out to Anglo-American. They gave us an Rhino. There was no water in the police station. I phoned the Rhino Mine. They hired a truck with their own money. We delivered water at the police station. And other part from First Avenue to the 13th Avenue, we said, let them pour water in that. And Anglo-American also released their truck that start feeding water into, until our truck was fixed later in the afternoon. Then we started going to the townships. We are working very well with the mines. I really appreciated their assistance.
That's fantastic. Paul, I just want to know, the election will be for new councillors. That will take place, I think, the 4th of December.
Yes, sir.
And I suppose then that will be also part of your duty to do some training there. Is that correct?
Yes, our sister government, which is an organization which is SALGA, South African Local Government Association, we're working with them hand in hand with IEC. In our program, you saw when we did the registration week, yes, it was done and very clean, smooth, nothing wrong. And then after the elections, we'll then appoint the speaker, the mayor, and the councillors. And then from there, they will be trained by SALGA. And then from there, we will take them to a boss parade where we will think of, we'll plan for the 5 year to come with them. And then from there and train them. Some of them will be councillors for the first time. We'll hold them by hand, and then we show that we are praying that good councillors and ethical councillors are going to come on board, and then we hit the ground running.
Paul, just with the tongue in the cheek, I hope you don't take them for the Bosberaad to Pretoria. I mean, we're sitting here in the bush, so surely we'll do the Bosberaad, yeah?
That's no boss in Johannesburg. So
that's excellent. That's good to hear. I just wanted to discuss also with you about this. I think that's also something that's the talk of the town is this TID, the rollover program for the smart meters. Quinn, are you going to talk about that?
Yes, I'll talk about that.
Yes.
On the 24th of November, all the smart meters that are not converted are going to stop working. So as a municipality, we are engaged in a program that's aimed at rolling over the meters. You're moving them from KRN1 to KRN2, which means that they will be able to continue working beyond the 24th of November. So there are people on the ground. So far we've done over 3,000. Unfortunately, due to the challenges here, we started very late. We started on the 25th of October. So as we're sitting now, we've got about 15 days to go, but we pumping capacity. There are people on the ground, and there's been complaints that the calls are not being assisted on time. It's because we are just all over, and our call center is too busy to deal with some of the issues on real time. So as much as it may not be dealt with now, but as the time goes during the day, they give to our technicians to go and attend to some of those challenges that the municipalities are dealing with. And of course, just to add, our meters are very old, and some of them cannot be used again, so we're replacing those meters as part of converting them to the smart meters, so that we can also begin to collect revenue from that those meters.
Yeah. Paul and Quina, do you get time to sleep at night? It doesn't seem to me like that.
Yeah, I visited home last week. My wife said to me, "Do you know so and so is turning 20, meaning one of my sons?" I said, "Do you know the mayor?" She said, "Hey, no mayor here."
Yeah, no, I can think you've got a big challenge, but we sincerely, I think I can talk on behalf of the community if we really say thank you for what you people have been doing up to now. Paul, any other comments from your side?
No, we like to thank members of the community who are assisting us with even some information of some illegal activity. We pass them over to our investing team, and the prayers of the pastors. They prayed for me the other day here, and the Tax Association, the Sake Cameras, they all support. And we appreciate that. I must say thanks the people of Thabazimbi to have accepted us with warm hands. Thanks.
You know, the people in Thabazimbi is just different. I mean, they can fight between themselves, but they can stick together like you can't believe. Quina, last word from your side?
I'm just pleading with the community, just be patient. We're dealing with all the challenges. We are aware, our hands, we are all over. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that was were the voices of Mr. Paul Maseko. Paul is the Thabazimbi Local Municipality Administrator and the Acting Technical Director, Quina Manamela. Gentlemen, good luck to you. I think you've got a big challenge, but I think the administration currently is in good hands, so we wish you the best of luck and best wishes with all your endeavors. Thank you very much.
Ek is Jaap de Priester en jy luister na Waterberg Stereo 104.9 FM.